Welcome to 10 Math Minutes, where we learn an effective math strategy in 10 minutes or less to grow your mind and your teaching. I'm Naomi Church with Growing Minds Consulting, and today we're going to be discussing another one of my favorite math games, Show Me the Numbers. I use this game in my virtual math camps as well as in parent trainings and teacher professional learning opportunities. So, what is Show Me the Numbers? Well, this is an interactive number sense strategy that can be used at all grade levels. This strategy is actually called number representations. But to gamify the strategy for students, I call it Show Me the Numbers, which usually gets them excited, and it's also descriptive in language that they understand. If you take a look at the image here, Show Me the Numbers is really about showing a number in all different ways. So we're showing different representations of that number to broaden students' sense of number. So why should we use this strategy? Well, it can definitely help increase number sense and improve computational fluency in our children. So let's start with number sense. Let's take a look at this definition of number sense from 2001. Here it says that the characteristics of good number sense include flexibility in estimating and judging magnitude, the ability to recognize unreasonable results, flexibility when mentally computing, and the ability to move among different representations and to use the most appropriate representation. You can see that I've highlighted here the last two because these are the two that we're really working on with this Show Me the Numbers game. Students will develop more flexibility when mentally computing, and they'll also be working on the ability to move among different representations since the whole game is based upon different representations of number. Now, this strategy also increases computational fluency. So, computational fluency is defined by the National Council of Teachers of Mathematics as having efficient, flexible, and accurate methods for computing. So, it's important to note that fluency encompasses so much more than just getting the answer and getting it fast. So, accuracy, of course, is still a component. We want the students to produce a correct answer, but there's other pieces for a student to be truly fluent. So, efficiency deals with the ability to choose an appropriate, expedient strategy or algorithm for a computation. Flexibility is the ability to use number relationships with ease in computation. And flexibility is arguably the most important component of this definition. And so this game, Show Me the Numbers, is going to work on this flexibility piece so that students will see numbers as flexible things that are made up of other numbers. So now let's dig into how does this strategy work? Well, basically, you can choose a number of the day or even a number of the week to really push the students. And then you have the students show the number in as many ways as possible. So, parents can use this strategy by putting a sheet of paper on the fridge and picking a number of the week, say 5, and then having students write a different representation of that number on the paper every time they go to open the fridge. And we know that our kids are constantly in the fridge. So this is a great way to build in that practice at home. For teachers in the classroom, either online or face to face, there's tons of ways to incorporate this. So, students can record different representations in a journal, and this can be online or a paper journal. If you have a learning management system and you're doing asynchronous learning, they can engage in a discussion in a discussion board showing all of the different representations. This can be used as a carousel activity in face to face learning, where there's posters all over the room, and then the students get to circulate and add in different representations for each number. Or this can be used on dry erase boards in synchronous online learning. So, for example, if you're doing it in Zoom and your number is 5, then the students would write all different representations of 5 on their whiteboards and then hold it up to the camera. So I love that this strategy can be adapted for asynchronous online learning, synchronous online learning, and of course, face to face learning. So some of these representations that the students come up with may be word form, so like FIVE for 5. It could be drawing objects, actually drawing 5 ladybugs. It could be tally marks, addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, even exponents, time, 5 cents or $5, money, expanded form, and even Roman numerals. And I've actually even had students show it in Spanish or in another language as another representation of that number. So here's an example. If you're familiar with thinking maps, this is called a circle map, and circle maps are used for brainstorming. So here you'll see the number 12 in the middle, and then all around you'll find other representations of the number 12. So we call this a low floor, high ceiling activity. And that's because this activity is applicable for children of all skill and grade levels. Students have multiple entry points into the activity. So even with the same number, I can use it with students from kindergarten all the way through to high school. The representations will look different, but everybody has an entry point. So for example, with this number 12 here, you may have students just drawing 12 objects. You see 12 stars at the top there. They could draw 12 tally marks, 12 ladybugs, 12 butterflies, while more advanced students may do something like 12 to the first power to show that they know exponents, or 6 times 1 plus 6, including multiple operations within a single equation. We can use words like dozen or 12. We could show it with dice, with 10 frames, with dollars. You see addition, subtraction, multiplication, all in this circle map. So again, this is great because there's so much flexibility with this strategy. It can be used online, face to face. It can be used for every grade level, and it can even be used within a single class to address the variability of all the learners that you have so that everybody can participate successfully. You can learn more about number representations as an evidence-based math strategy at understood.org. That link is to a particular lesson that I'll also include in the description, which is for explicit instruction for number representations for your most struggling students. Thanks so much for joining us for 10 Math Minutes, and come back next month for another math strategy in 10 minutes or less.